Gonna freak everybody out.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Crowd is storming in. Roll call.
Trustee Lizickis. Trustee Cameron.
Here.
Trustee Vijay.
Here.
Trustee Flynn. Trustee Kimmelhart.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Shear.
Here.
Mayor Mercurio. 4 present, 2 absent.
5.
5.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of village board meeting for October 3rd, 2022.
So moved.
Moved by Marcia, second by Steve. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. May I have a motion to approve the payment of abstract for 10/17/22 for voucher numbers 62751 to 62808 for a total of $68,752.14.
So moved.
Moved by Kristen,
Second.
second by Grace. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion against, motion carried. At this point, we're going to move to our first speakers and communications. If you have any comments regarding the public hearings, please hold them for that portion of the meeting. So speakers and communications, first one, we'll have a second later in the meeting toward the end of the meeting. Anybody have anything they wish to address the board with? Yes, ma'am.
Come on up, please.
Come on up and
We
give
need
us
your name and address.
right here in the microphone.
Right here. You can pull it
You
down.
can pull it down.
Oh, well, we got the sheriff.
There you go. Okay, so you need to tell us your name and your address.
I'm Maeve Specht. I live on 125 Brookley Drive.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you have?
My street, Brookley Drive, has many children and seniors walking through our no sidewalk street. It is dangerous and unfair that we don't get a sidewalk. If you take a look at our neighboring streets, Martin Drive and the Meadow, you will notice that they have sidewalks, as do many other streets in East Aurora. Every day, me and my neighborhood friends walk around talking and having fun. But then someone shouts, "Car," and just like that, we are terrified from the thought that we could be seriously hurt. If you could put some consideration into this, I would be very grateful, and so will all of Brookley Drive. If your budget is too tight, then I could run sales like lemonade and bracelet stands to help fundraise. Thank you.
Very good. Excellent. Was there anything else you would like to tell the board? No? You did a great job.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Would anyone else like to address the board? Okay. All right. Moving on to our first public hearing. May I have a motion to open the first public hearing at 7:03 to consider the site plan application for API Delvin at 270 Quaker Road for a 1,500 gallon storage tank. Moved by Steve, second by Marcia. Okay. All in favor? Do I have to do that?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. We're open for discussion. Anybody in the audience wish to speak about this issue? Anybody on the board?
I was at the planning commission meeting for this, and the planning commission supports it fully. I know that the fire department has been involved in the discussions as well, and they're supportive. This is something that would be safer for the employees and would also get the tank exterior to the building.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, may I have a motion to close the public hearing at 7:04 PM, moved by Steve,
Second.
second by Marcia. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, public hearing is closed. Okay, second public hearing, 3B. May I have a motion to consider revoking a special use permit issued to the East Aurora Village Co-op. We're going to open this public hearing at 7:05.
So moved.
Moved by Kristen, second,
Second.
second by Grace. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, public hearing is now open. Does anyone in the audience wish to comment on this public hearing? 3B. Anybody on the board wish to comment? Okay, at this point, then I'll ask for a motion to close this public hearing at 7:05.
So moved.
Moved by Kristen, second,
Second.
second by Grace. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, this public hearing is now closed. Moving down to 3C, our next public hearing to consider, may I have a motion to consider projects the village proposes for the use of community development block grants, CDBG funding at, I'm gonna open the meeting at 7:06. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Marcia, second by Steve, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, public hearing is now open. Does anyone in the audience wish to comment on the use of community development block grant funding? Does anybody-
Deputy Mayor, if I could just,
Yes.
I see the form on that's attached is blank as far as what we're requesting. We did discuss the possibility of going for grant funding to fund a project in the park, but the board felt as though they want to move more quickly than the grant would allow. So this is the annual standard one item that we do propose to get on the board with other municipalities all around Erie County to support the rural transit program. And that permits people in East Aurora and all over Erie County to access transportation for people people who are seniors, and even I believe they do have a handicap program too. So it all fits in with the mission of the block grant funding of helping those in need. So that is really our one request that we are making, that we do make every single year.
Kathy, is there anything that could be possible as far as having anything more about accessibility throughout the village, or is that not appropriate to this?
We have applied. We did apply in the past for accessibility. We applied when we did Oakwood. We applied 2 years in a row and requesting to get the portion of that project that is the handicap ramps, right, and the sidewalks. And we we lost out to other municipalities. I'm not aware of any other small or large scale access projects that we would do. It would have to be something generally for the public. It wouldn't be anything that would be associated with a private business. So I'm not sure exactly, unless it was something in Hamlin Park or sidewalks. Generally, that would be the type of thing.
Okay, anybody have any other questions? No? Okay, may I have a motion to close public hearing 3C at 7:08? Moved by Steve, second,
Second.
second by Kristen, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, the public hearing is now closed. Moving on to official considerations. May I have a motion to make a determination of a negative declaration under the State Environmental Quality Review Act seeker for the site plan application for API Delavan at 270 Quaker Road for a 1,500 gallon storage tank. May I have a motion? Moved by Steve, second, second by Marcia. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, so the applicant's here. Okay, would you wish to address the board regarding your application?
Sure.
So my name is Matt Riggerman. I'm the general manager at API Delavan. Our business has been around for over 75 years. This is Frank Ragu. Frank is our materials manager. Frank has been working on this project diligently for many years. Basically, what our goal is to do is to eliminate individual liquid nitrogen tanks. And I've got a couple photos I can show you of what they look like.
Yeah.
But basically what our process is, we have several test chambers where we need to rapidly cool the chamber. And the proper way to do that is with liquid nitrogen. Unfortunately, the way that our building is set up is that currently we rent these tanks from a company called Lindy Praxair. We've got a representative from that organization with us. And we move those tanks around our building quite frequently. We use anywhere from 12 to 15 tanks a week. They are portable. They weigh about 200 to 700 pounds, depending on how full they are. And we're moving them within our building. It's a safety risk for our employees because as we move them, there's the opportunity for a tank to fall or to tip onto somebody, which is a safety risk. And what we'd like to do is eliminate those portable tanks within our building, put one large 1,500 gallons bulk storage tank outside of our building, taking all that liquid nitrogen and putting it external to our facility, and not require the use of those liquid tanks within our building. It'll be safer for our employees. They won't be moving them around. We'll have one tank again, it'll be external. We've talked with the fire department about that. It makes the interior safer for our employees from that standpoint, as well. Just all around, our goal is safety for our employees, as well as making sure that we're not moving those tanks around inside the building.
Thank you. Anybody have any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to B. May I have a motion to approve the site plan application for API Delavan at 270 Quaker Road for a 1,500 gallon storage tank?
So moved.
Moved by Kristen,
Second.
second by Grace. Okay, further discussion? No? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to 4C. May I have a motion to approve the revocation of a special use permit issued to the East Aurora Village Co-op? Moved by Marcia. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Grace. Further discussion?
So this is because of that error on the permit form and business owner and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So not a complaint about the co-op, it's a procedural requirement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I think there's the potential for the word revocation to make it sound like co-op did something wrong.
Right.
This really is,
Unfortunately, that's the term of the statute. It's
Sure.
what it is.
yeah. So,
okay. Anything else anybody wants to add to the conversation?
Liz, I'm assuming you have spoken with the general manager to understand what this means. So if they want to have an event that
Yeah.
that they previously had a permit for, that means that she needs to apply event by event, or how does that?
Correct. So if they were to do any outdoor sales or music between now and the end of the year, they would need a temporary use permit submitted for that. My understanding is they're not doing any of those things at this point in time. Yeah, sure. But they are aware of the possibility of doing that for next year as well.
Anything else? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carried. 4D, may I have a motion to approve projects the village proposes for the use of community development block grant CDBG funding.
So moved.
Moved by Kristen, second. Second by Marcia. Further discussion?
That's no additional projects other than.
The rural transit. Okay, anybody else? Anything else?
Can we add something like sidewalks to it, or is it too late now?
Couldn't be added at a later date.
Yeah.
For the sidewalks, any sidewalks do not apply. We
Okay.
do not have any low mod areas in our municipality. So we cannot get sidewalk money through CDBG. The only thing you'd be able to do is the on and off ramps
Approaches.
if we were doing a sidewalk project.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Thanks, Maureen.
What did you? You had no.
Odd areas.
It's CDBG funding is tied chiefly to low income and sometimes moderate income and seniors and persons with disabilities. But chiefly it is given out to census tracts in communities that have low income. And some communities, might have a few, some might have many. We have literally the
Zero.
town and village has no census tract areas that are automatically CDBG eligible due to lower income. And what we can possibly do.
Anything else? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carried. 4E, refer to the planning commission for November 1st, a site plan application for Jonathan Burrell of Custom Builders of West New York as agent for Andrea and Greg Perry, 210 King Street, for a single family residence. May I have a motion? Moved by Steve, second by Marcia. Further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carried. 4F, may I have a motion to schedule a public hearing on December 5th to consider amending the village zoning code to include regulations for cannabis and establish zoning districts where cannabis businesses may operate. Moved by Steve,
Second.
second by Kristen.
That was Grace.
Further discussion.
Second by Grace.
Oh, by Grace, I'm sorry. Further discussion. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carried. 4G, may I have a motion to schedule a public hearing on November 7th for the special use permit application from William Marusa for 71 Pine 70 Church for the Muse Jar retail business.
So moved.
Moved by Kristen, second by Marcia. Further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 4H, may I have a motion to approve an application for a demolition permit for 757 Ellis Drive, Gina Gentry of Buffalo Modular Homes as agent for Carrie and Russ Walco. Moved by Marcia,
Second.
second by Grace. Further discussion.
I think that one went before the Historic Preservation Committee.
Yeah.
It
What was
did.
the outcome of that?
They had no objection to the demolition.
We did discuss it. And there was no objection.
Okay, anyone else? Anything else anyone wants to ask? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 4I, may I have a motion to authorize the mayor to sign the intermunicipal agreement with the town for the code red notification system. Moved by Steve,
Second.
second by Marcia. Further discussion.
I'm just. I guess that would be you. Is this going to be an opt-in or opt-out sort of situation as far as what residents participate?
So it's my position that the village do it as an opt-in where people sign up for it and we don't force it on our residents. What we may do, and I believe we've discussed before, is maybe leave it on for anybody in the system for the first maybe month and send out a couple of notices that say, hey, you're going to want to sign up. And that to maybe get the word out to help people sign up. And then after that, turn it off for anybody who didn't sign up for it so that they're not getting messages if they don't want it.
Great, thanks.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have a motion to approve the village clerk treasurer to sign the village up as a vendor in the New York State Low Income Household Water Assistance Program.
So moved.
Moved by Kristen, second by Steve. Further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. May I have a motion to approve the budget modifications. Budget modifications, you want to talk about that, Maureen?
Sure. The budget modifications that are on the agenda today is we received the grant funds from Joe Larigo's office, and we have to allocate it to the expenses in Shane's budget. So it's to do that. And then for the ARPA projects that we've started that you guys already passed that we were doing, we're allocating that money from that account until the expense accounts that go accordingly with that.
Okay, may I have a motion? For 4K for the budget modifications? Moved by Steve,
Second.
second by Marcia. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have a motion to approve the budget adjustments? Maureen, you want to talk about that?
It's just in the water fund. We needed more money in the transmission supply line. So we're taking it from the transmission, water transmission equipment line.
Okay, so may I have a motion to approve the budget adjustments? Moved by Steve,
Second.
second by Kristen. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There is no new business. This is our second speakers and communications. If anyone in the audience would like to address the board regarding a concern, please step up to the mic, give us your name and address, and let us know how you feel.
She just wanted to leave a copy of her.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very nice.
Thank you, and you did a great job.
Yeah. Excellent. Someday you can be up here. All right. Anybody else? Speakers, communications? Okay, moving on. Department head reports, Matt.
Last week. And we will continue to do so until Thanksgiving time, or if the snow makes it difficult to do.
Thanks, Matt.
Matt, any update at all on what, on the sport, the park?
The basketball courts have been, the first course of asphalt has been put down. We will be scheduling the final layer coming up here in the near future. The tennis courts, we're still waiting on fence stuff. And then after the fencing and everything, and then the poster, and then we can coat it and stripe it.
So the fencing will probably be actually
Springtime, I imagine, yeah.
Chief,
Nothing tonight.
thank you. Maureen?
Nothing tonight.
Oh, that's excellent.
Oh,
All right, here we go, Kathy.
One item. The pedestrian bicycle board is reinventing itself, not really altogether, but they've had a little bit of a hiatus. Their longtime chairman, John Newton, who we very much thank for his service, did step down. But John Lyons, another longtime member of their board, has taken up the reins and contacted the members. Most, if not all, the members that have been on it are interested in continuing. They're going to have their first meeting coming up again in November. I think they're meeting the second Thursday of each month. So I'm helping them get all of their schedules and of course get the public meeting notice out. And they are still interested in the items. I think probably several months ago, they presented to you, they had some pretty major items they would like to look into. I did contact the county and the state to because these involve county and state roads, so we couldn't just go ahead and do anything. And they are very big projects, so it'll take something, and I'm going to get all of the contact information for the county and state to their board, to John, so they can go ahead and directly deal with those people and see what the feasibility is of what they want to accomplish. So they're getting rolling again.
Okay, thank you. And Liz stepped out, or
She has
she had to leave. Okay, Kristen?
I just wanted to mention that the sidewalks on Brookley are one of the items that we're talking about on the capital committee, so that it'll be someplace, should be someplace on the priority list when we meet and discuss that.
And that's-
Keep your
that's
comments in
why we
mind.
Thank you for coming forward.
Thank you. That's all I've got.
Grace,
Yeah, nothing tonight.
Marcia,
I'm all set.
Steve, I'm all set. So therefore, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? So by, who was first, Steve or you? Okay. Marcia, seconded by Steve. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Wow.
Great.
The young lady needs something signed.